Hello everybody, Captain Kevin. Welcome to my video, Austrian Adventures. In fact, I have 7 videos for you covering many places in Salzburg district and in the Tyrol district. First one from Salzburg to Oberndorf and Hallein. We'll go north of the city of Salzburg and then we'll go south of the city of Salzburg, and here we go. Max thrust. Keep it straight, Kevin. Keep it straight. I'm using the Icon A5 from Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. We can land on rivers and lakes and, of course, at airports. Trying to keep it straight. Control stick on the right, throttle on the left. Get the nose up. Here we go. We got 60 knots, 70 knots, nose up, and we're climbing. And we're climbing. Gear up, select, quick. Laps up. There we go. Altimeter lower right of the screen. We're now at 1,650 feet. Upper left of the screen is our compass and our direction. We're going to head and, oh, look at that beautiful view. That's the Untersburg, far to the south of Salzburg, the airport below us. And we'll be going in a northwesterly direction towards Oberndorf. Around the airport here is quite industrial in the Salzburg area. Northernmost part of the airport area here has the A8, or maybe the A1, the Autobahn. There it is, coming into view now. And shortly thereafter, across the Autobahn is the Europa, major shopping center in the area. And not too far along, just ahead of that, is the Red Bull Stadium, the soccer stadium. Now, Red Bull was invented originally somewhere in Thailand, but Mr. Maschitz from Salzburg, Austria, developed it into a worldwide energy drink and became a multi-billionaire in the process. So Red Bull's home is here in Salzburg. You notice my nickname is PokerPilotKH. I do a little bit of poker playing. I love casinos, and we have a fine casino in Salzburg, the Schloss Kehlsteinhaus, an old castle, is now a casino, and I took a few Deutschmarks from them. Thank you very much. As we swing to the north here, you'll see a ribbon of water off to the right. That, in fact, is the Salzach, and literally we'll be following that all the way up. And then the other river coming into there is the confluence of the Sala and the Salzach. You'll notice I've speeded the video up now. We're 4 times, roughly 400 miles an hour now, and still get a good view of the area. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do presenting it to you. Now, as we go up the Salzach River, on the left side is Germany. On the right side, that's Austria. As we approach now the cities, the twin cities of Lofer on the left in Germany and Oberndorf on the right in Austria, this is the site of the great Christmas carol. Let's sit back and listen for a second. Yes, what a fabulous Christmas carol. Music by Franz Gruber, the words by Josef Müller, going back to 1818, more than 200 years ago. The beloved Christmas carol, the most famous in the world, I think, and my favorite, the most beautiful. Merry Christmas, everybody. It is no December here in Toronto where I'm filming. It's 2020, in the height of the pandemic, and I can spend some time doing just this for you. So, Merry Christmas to all. I hope everybody's safe. Here we are going south now, back along the Salzach, making our way back towards Salzburg. That was only like a 15-minute flight up to Oberndorf and maybe 40 minutes in a car. So very close by. Today's flights will be all about Salzburg and its immediate area of Salzburg. Just doing a little bit to the north, and momentarily we'll go to the south. There's the confluence of the Solach and the Salzach again as we come towards the city center of Salzburg. There's a major pilgrimage church called Maria Plen just going by off on the left. And now the city of Salzburg, Mozart city, famous for everything Mozart. He was born here. In his early days, he wrote some of his first music here before going to Vienna and then to the world. And he became everybody wanted a piece of him, but Mozart is indeed from Salzburg. That's Cappuccina on the left, and the big mountain on the right is the Geisberg. Geisberg is a great landmark for us flying around. We can see that for many miles. The top, of course, is a hiking paradise, and at the present, communication tower on the top of the Geisberg. People do hang gliding off of the Geisberg. Great recreation mountain. Look at the Salzach gleaming away there as we approach the city again. I have the landmark showing you where the Festung Hohensalzburg is. Now the Hohensalzburg started as early as 1070 or thereabouts, and over the next 200-300 years was built by the bishops of Salzburg. Now these bishops were very powerful people in the day, and of course salt was absolutely essential to the preservation of meat and other foodstuffs, fish for example. So it was a white gold, and the presence of salt nearby Salzburg, it's why it's called Salzburg, made the city very, very, very rich. They were able to build fortresses to protect themselves, and beautiful, beautiful city that they built. Here we go by the castle again, and on the left is the city itself, the old Altstadt, St. Peter's Keller, built in 803, the oldest restaurant in the world, and I've been in it, and it is incredible, fantastic. They also show at Christmas time numerous Christmas concerts, and it's the oldest continuous restaurant in the world, built into the mountain. Let's have a look at that castle, Hohensalzburg. It's worth a look. It's the largest medieval castle in all of Europe. I think it's worth a few minutes. Much like the rest of Salzburg, the Christmas concerts in the castle are spectacular, as is the view of the surroundings. And of course there's a museum now in the castle depicting the life in the medieval times, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15th century, for example. Do a low flyby right overhead the center of the castle. And the Altstadt below, and the Dome Cathedral, which is another fantastic construction. Gorgeous. I dropped our drone. Now we can take a look at the castle using the drone camera that's included with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Now, of course, these pictures are simulations, not necessarily real. Modified computer graphic imagery, pretty good. The way I remember it when I was up there last, and that was just last summer. I remember sitting on the patio deck having the best schnitzel, pretzel, bretzen, beer. It was fantastic. South of the castle is the district known as Nonntal, and in the Nonntal, Margaret and I, in fact, have a second home. That's why I might spend a few moments here. We love this city. Maybe, I think, in my view, and I've traveled the world a lot, I think this is the finest, smaller city in all of the world. Okay, let's go south. Time to go not too far, 15 minutes to the south. Once again along the Salzburg. This time it'll be mostly on our left. We're going to see if we can find the city of Hallein. H-A-L-L is maybe, they're not quite sure, maybe an old German word for salt, much as in the other city that we'll visit later in this series of videos called Hallstatt. So Hall may refer to salt, but in fact there are salt mines at Hallein. That's why we're going there. That's what, of course, made this city so rich. The village of Anif, Hocksack, small villages along the way. Fertile ground, as you can see. We're right on the northernmost border of the Alps, the Austrian Alps, off towards our right. With reference to Hallein. There's the city on the left, and on the right is a mountain, and in that mountain are salt mines, massive salt mines. Easy to get at salt. Salt that could be dissolved in water and sent down chutes, collected, dried, put on barges down the Salzburg River, counted in Salzburg so they could make their money, and sent on its way via the Danube and the rivers and cities of Europe. Salt was so important for the preservation of food, as I mentioned before, made everybody rich. Now, on top of the salt mine is the old village of Dernberg. Now, Dernberg is an old Celtic village. You may know the name Celtic Celts from modern day Wales, Ireland, and Scotland. I was born in Wales myself, so I'm a Celt. This is where my ancestors came from. And right below me now is the Salzwelt in Salzburg. That's the entrance to the salt mine, a fabulous tourist thing to do. See how they really did it in years gone by. And the Kelten Museum will show you the artifacts that they dug up and indicated a whole Celtic society lived here. Oh, going way back. Thousands of years before Christ, for example. Keeping it straight, we've climbed up about 3,000 feet or thereabouts now, and I think let's go out of here. There's Hallein going by us below, but let's go take a look at that Untersburg on the way back. That's a mountain that's ever present in Salzburg. You can see it from all directions. Up to about 8,000 feet. There it is there. And we're going up there. I think it's about 7,000 feet high. And at the top of that mountain, will we find Grampus? Will we find the Perchten, the home of the Perchten and the Grampus? There is a cable car going up from St. Leonhard up to the top of the mountain. It's a fabulous place for not hunting, but hiking. In the summertime, the views, of course. You go one way on the mountain, you're in Germany. You go another way, you'll be in Austria and Salzburg area. Going through 6,000 feet as we continue our climb, as the sun slowly sets in the west. At the top of most mountains in Austria and Germany, you will find a cross, typically. And I think this is no exception, not quite visible on the simulator version, but let's have a look. A few buildings at the top, a restaurant, of course, for tourists. It's fantastic. You can see the trails for hiking at the very topmost part, just above the aircraft. Oh, and yes, there's the high-resolution photo of the cross at the summit. Okay, let's leave Untersburg, keeping in mind that probably that's where Grampus and Perchten come from. And way off in the distance, the Salzburg airport. Going through 4,000 feet, 3,000 feet now as we do a circle about to lose a little altitude. Find our way back towards the Salzburg airport for a landing. Coming up just below me now is the small town of Eichert. I mention it because there's a Gasthof restaurant that's to die for, called the Pflegebrücke. Give it a try if you're in the Salzburg area. I highly recommend it. Here we are lining up on final for the Salzburg Mozart Airport. Lashinsky off towards the left, another village with a great restaurant and a view from inside the cockpit. Let's see if we can land this aircraft from inside the cockpit view. This is real time. In other words, the weather and the time of day is correct. So there you are, folks. That's a nice little view of my favorite city, Salzburg. Hope we get to visit it one day. The airport here can handle A320s, Boeing 737s, flight from Frankfurt, for example, come here regularly. Two-hour drive from Munich. Okay, pay attention here, Kevin. Now, I'm looking for the precision approach indicator. Red and white lights on the left of the edge of the runway that'll tell me if I'm too high or too low. They look a little bit white now. I'm a bit high, but I'm only a little airplane, so it's not too bad. I just ease it down a little bit. Try to touch down just past the white stripes, the runway marker. There I can see runway 33, and there's the red and white lights coming into view. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Hold it off. Oh yeah. Keep it straight. Little to the right. Oh, that's it. Keep it straight. Phew. All right, there we are. Welcome to the WA Mozart Airport in Salzburg. LOWS, the international indicator. SZG, the IATA code for your bag tag. Then let's see if we can find a parking spot. Look at that, on Untersburg in the back. That's where we just came down from. Do my best to follow that yellow line. That's the center line. We don't stay to the left, we don't stay to the right, we stay on the center line. Keep the wings clear. Maybe off here to the left. Oh, there's that big airplane. Why don't we park beside a big aircraft? There we go. Brake set, parking brake set, lights out. There's the lights. Switches are off now, and engines coming up. Thank you for watching. Take a look at that second video. The Holstadt and Salzburg by night. And the rest will be there for your enjoyment as well.